let's go ahead and get into this next quarterback down the line, Cam Ward. So I want to talk about Cam Ward because he was the number one overall pick this last offseason, right? He's 6'2", 219 pounds. He's 23 years old. So his college stats, I mean, he was one of those that had the extra COVID year. He was in college for 5 years. UIW, I mean, he started off with 2,200 yards and 24 touchdowns. The following year, he had 4,600 yards and 47 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. So he went over to WSU after that, where he had, 3,200 passing yards and 23 touchdowns, and then 3,700 passing yards and 25 touchdowns in the 2 years that he was there. And after that, he went back into the transfer portal, went to Miami. This is where he got drafted from. 454 passing attempts. This is over 130 more than Fernando Mendoza. In that, he had 4,300 passing yards and 39 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, a rating of 172, which is damn good, right? But when you look at 454 passing attempts to 316 passing attempts, and you have about 1,300 more passing yards, that's a whole lot of passing attempts, right? And a big part of my belief when it comes to quarterbacks is that, and when it comes to stats, is stats are just stats, right? You look at Dak Prescott, you look at Justin Herbert. These are really good quarterbacks that always have really good stats. But the one thing that these quarterbacks lack is timing. If you look at Jalen Hurts, if you look at Bo Nix, if you look at quarterbacks that have weaker stats but better timing, you don't need to go out there and just absolutely have the best stats in the league to be a quarterback that's going to win games. What you need is to get the proper throws in at the proper times, and what really finally sold me when it came to Fernando Mendoza is when I was watching the game against Ohio State. And I felt like this is a good measure, right? Because Ohio State was the defending champions, the best team in college football, and they have so many players, especially on their defense, that are going to go to the NFL. A lot of them first round picks. And so, sorry about that. I forgot to put do not disturb on my phone. So all these first round picks coming out of Ohio State's defense, and Fernando Mendoza didn't go out there and play lights out, right? He didn't go out there and just absolutely dominate the game. What he did though is, first play of the game, he gets crushed by Curry, right? He got hit so damn hard and he was down. And I thought, man, this sucks. I really wanted to see Fernando Mendoza versus Julian Sand, because previously Julian Sand was the quarterback that I wanted to get. And I know he's not coming out until possibly next year. And so I was like, nah, let's not get a quarterback. Let's wait. I want Julian Sand. And watching him rise to the occasion, right? He sat out for one play, came back in, and absolutely just showed that he has that dog in him, right? And when he talks after games and stuff, you think man, this kid's kind of a weenie. He showed me on that play that nah, man, he ain't no punk. Yeah, Carlos G. Mendoza had 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions against top teams he played against. Not great. And when you look at that Ohio State game, he didn't have crazy stats, but he delivered when he needed to and did what he had to get the win.